Morning, traders. And yeah, so Trump is in. Now, what's going to happen? So, currently, everyone is pretty bullish in terms of Trump coming into the market. And, currently, the US stock futures is steady after Trump's victory, Spurs record highs, and Fed is in focus, right? And one of the thing which is going to happen is specifically in the tech side, wherein one of the press release or news shared by Benzinga is unlock $1 trillion AI potential specifically for Tesla. So Tesla is one of the stocks, and if you see, it has been sort of 14% uptick compared to the normal trading range, right? So tech side is where everything is gonna be compared, and couple of other more anomalies. But switching to ES, right? So first of all, what I am seeing is a nice big gap gap up opening, and I'll wait for price to stabilize, because this gap is where a lot of people are trapped short, right? So people who have shorted in this 4-day balance, in this 4-day range. By the way, this is the RTH session, not the ETH and RTH combination. I'll go to that. But currently, people who are trapped below the 5800 level, they are the ones who bought here. And what I'll be now looking for is, do I get a continuation or a follow through to the upside, or do I get a balance, right? And a gap fill, obviously, if it happens, that's a good sign. But if I just draw a sort of a volume profile, I'll get more clarity in terms of which are the areas where I'll be looking to add, right? So first of all, we have a cost basis here, or a POC, followed by 57, right? So up to 57.84 is one of the levels, just using the volume profile. But if I just remove it, but we have a balance, a 4-day balance, where a lot of sellers are trapped. Gap up open. So today, when the ES market opens, let's see, which way the direction goes. But everyone is super bullish, and again, we will be having a follow through, right? And if I go back to the combination of both ETH and RTH charts, here clearly you can see, who is trapped where, right? So specifically below the 5800, these are the folks who are trapped. So for me, 5800 is the overall line in sand, because the price is not able to even tag this level, right? So continuously we are seeing a sort of single prints. There are a lot of single prints, so this is where a sort of a dip buying did happen. But yeah, there is a continuation higher, again a single prints here, right? So these are the areas where I'll be looking for the price to clear and accumulate some inventory. But overall, what has happened is accumulation has happened below the 5800 level, and the inventory is distributed above the 5900 level, right? So this is the overall trade plan or the game plan, which has been happening. Now, similar reaction, but I'll also share you the delta order flow. So clearly here you can see where those trapped buyers are seen, right? So between 5900 level up to 5800 level, right? So up to 5819 is where there are buyers. So basically these buyers are nothing but the trapped sellers, who are just continuously buying, and they are just trying to cover their short position. Also, another area where there are trapped buyers is below 5800, right? So we have got about 5k, and then yeah, so again, more trap buyers if you see at the lower edge of the balance. So around 30k, 13k, right? So this sort of 30k, 13k, these are the guys who are sort of buying around the top, right? Because they are going to manage the risk, they have to cover their positions, or else they will be under the weather, and they will not be able to take any trades, right? More or less 5850, so there is a clear sign. So this is a single print, so 5850 is another level, followed by 5890. Again, this is the zone where there are again trapped sellers, right? So currently what the auction is doing in the overnight session is, it is just balancing, right? So this is the overall balance, and if you see, we are not even able to go below 5950, right? So yeah, so let it balance. So no trades yet. I'll be looking for the this high to be taken off 59.66. So 59.66 to 59.50, right? So this is that 16-point range. I'm just looking for it to chop. Inventory is sort of pretty flat. It's neither long nor short. Inventory is pretty flat. So I'll just wait for some clarity, some direction, as I also know that there are a lot of trapped sellers, so there is a lot of buying activity happening below 5900, right? So yeah, let's see, because this is the overall range where again it is gonna chop. Okay, so yeah, so that's the possible next action which I'm looking for to happen in ES. Now, how is this going to affect the Indian markets, right? So if I just go to Nifty overall, so this is again Nifty overall. What it is doing is there is continuous liquidation happening. So once we reach the high around the 26,500, we have sort of a balance, and then this is where first signs is seen, wherein clear rejection with an excess around the high. So this is where sellers have initiated, followed by another gap. So from 26,500, Nifty is continuously sort of liquidating, and it basically paused around the 23,900, right? So roughly around sort of not 3,000, but yeah, around 2,500 points. Obviously, the overall Nifty has corrected, and that is a good correction. And structurally, there was a clearly sign. So we have a poor low, so a clear sign of where supply is shutting off, and responsive buying sort of seen. So 23,900 is the current line in sand, and once it broke out of this balance, so this balance is nothing but this 2 days, and we have a single print here, right? So again, price tried to dip, but it failed, and then it closed higher. So this is yesterday's auction. So now I'm looking for sellers to cover their position, so basically who have shorted in this particular range or in this particular range. So these guys, they are not yet in any pressure, but the guys who have shorted in this range, they are going to be under the weather, because the price has already sort of tagged this high. So basically this is the balance high and this is the balance low. And with the US market, it will be affecting the Nifty market, and I'm looking for a gap up opening and looking for some further continuation, and see some sellers around the 24,825 or the 25,000 levels, right? So that's where this is where I'm looking for sellers to come in and see and continue to trade, right? So that's the overall trade plan, which I'm looking for. And clearly we can see where the supply is shutting off, right? So supply shut off around the 24,000 level, and now it is going to look for supply. So clearly, this, if I just draw this line, right? So this is support, this was again support, and this is where it got turned into resistance, right? So I'm looking for price to again reach around the 24,825 level, and do I see sellers initiating or not, right? So yeah, so that's the overall trade plan, or the price action, or the how I'm looking for the price to react at this particular level, right? And even from the order flow side, right? So clearly there are sort of areas where I'm looking for sellers. So one is 25,000, 24,700, then again 25,000, 25,300, and more supply around the 26,000 range, right? So clearly, yeah. So let's see. I'll get some more clarity when the pre-open data comes out, and similar reaction seen in HDFC. So HDFC is balancing, and this is the overall cost basis. So for me, 1740 is the area where I'll be looking to observe today, and this is the sort of the high, is the all-time high in HDFC Bank, and we have an excess. So yeah, not sort of pretty bullish in HDFC Bank, but yeah, if we open gap up, I will not be chasing the gap, because clearly this is a zone where there are sellers, and they will be again stepping in and try to basically accumulate short positions and try to then distribute the price lower, right? So that's the overall trade plan. So this is the same reaction, so we are still having a single print. So even if it opens gap up, yeah, I'll be not be chasing that gap, I'll be not be following the price, but I'll be looking for sort of a balanced auction to be happening. Okay. So yeah, that's it. I hope you learned something new today, and do like, share, subscribe. And if you like to get in touch with me, check the link below. And I have also released AI GPT to analyze the charts, volume profile, market profile. So if you have not, do check it out. It's in the description box below. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Take